Hey guys, welcome to Galaxy Sparkles, where I turn imagination into reality. Thank you for tuning in and giving me a few minutes of your time. Leave a comment below and let me know how my craftsmanship has came along. Also like and share this video. And if you'd like to watch my progression as a one-stop shop, subscribe and let us take the journey together. Galaxy Sparkles. Hey guys. Welcome to Galaxy Sparkles, off the bench. Today is Sunday, November 17th. And I'm on a trail that from my house is a 30-mile round trip, which gives me plenty of time to reflect, come up with ideas, get in touch with nature. It's just very nice and peaceful. And it really suits my soul, my spirit. Really does me good. And I just flat out enjoy it. So, approximately 3 weeks ago, I began ordering the tools needed, the supplies needed to begin carving wax. And Monday was my very first day of even getting to touch wax and attempting to carve on it. Turns out I didn't have the correct wax blades to cut the wax into squares. It looked so simple when watching others do it, and I was struggling with what I had and just did not make sense. I realized I definitely had the wrong blades and the wrong technique of cutting the wax. And last night I received the wax blades, the German spiral number 3s, and I stuck it in my saw this morning and I gave it a whirl. And I'll be dang, after learning to slow my stroke down, instead of cutting it like it's a piece of PVC pipe where you're just really ramming and jamming, just learn to slow your stroke. And boom, that sucker cut like butter. It was nice, enjoyable. Because let me tell you, I struggled so bad Monday through Saturday. And I even stuck in the metal blades that I had. And if I would have just known the technique to slow my stroke, the metal blades would have worked. Although it's much easier with the spiral German number 3s, much easier. So I did learn my technique. I got the proper blades in. So come Monday, tomorrow, I will be much more enthused about getting started on cutting this wax. Because let me tell you, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I took a hammered screwdriver and I busted me some block up and I melted it into a big blob, a big cylinder of wax, which I had to file with a freaking hand file, wearing my arm smooth out, which is, let me tell you, it was very therapeutic. It was very humbling, because the trade I came from, I always believed in having the proper tools, the best tools, and the best equipment. And dealing with wax, I still feel the same way. I think a person should have the best equipment, at least some great equipment. And so my Dremel I definitely know I need to upgrade to a flex shaft, which I do plan on ordering very soon. The Dremel that I have is just not strong enough, and being it was wax, it's just lack of knowledge. That's all it was just lack of knowledge. Just in my mind, it seemed like it would work being it was only wax. But we'll definitely be upgrading to a flex shaft very soon. And I also need to order next week a mandrel that cuts the inner diameter of the holes of the ring, so that it's not all oblonged and I'm having to use wax buildup to make it even semicircle. Although wax buildup is a technique that I'll definitely use later on in carving, building up certain areas and carving them down and filing them down, making them uniform to whatever I'm creating. Although it is a technique I'm gonna need to use, it sure became frustrating and unnecessary just for lack of proper tools. Especially when folks on the internet make it look so easy, where it cuts just like butter, and I was struggling the way I was struggling, and I just knew there had to be a better way. And I'm glad I found that way. I'm glad I finally have the proper blades to carve the wax. And next week we can begin getting better at actually crafting instead of getting better at melting wax into a cylinder and filing it down. Because let me tell you, I'm getting real good at filing. I plan on working with this wax for the next month, getting better, getting all the tools that I'm going to need gathered. That way I'm set up completely for wax. The burrs are my next step. I do have a set of burrs. They're diamond cut burrs, and they seem to be for fine detail, like they're made possibly for metal. I'm not sure if there's I'm still at loss on which burrs I need for wax. I did go to Lowe's and got a couple of wood cutting burrs yesterday. And let me tell you, them suckers just hack out way too much wax at one time. So I did return them, because them suckers was definitely not made for what I was trying to do. So I did return them to Lowe's, and still got a little investigating to do on which burrs I need, which there's so many. We're gonna mix up the channel, and we're gonna begin working with metal, which I think I will fall real well into metal. Being's my background I come from. Soldering, I already understand soldering, the color of the metal when the solder should begin melting. So I feel like I should really fall right into the metal. But I also felt like I'd fall right into the wax and it would come very easy to me. But let me tell you, what's in my mind and what came out in reality were completely opposite, night and day opposite. And it was a struggle this first week. I did make 4 complete rings. The 4th one, I was satisfied with what I had to work with. I could tell the quality from the first ring to the 4th ring was much better craftsmanship, quality. And next week, I'm sure the quality will even get greater, especially since I don't have to wear out my arm for an hour and a half, 2 hours filing. I can just concentrate on crafting. And after next week, I'll have an idea of what I'll need the following week. So this is just a learning process for me. I am an absolute beginner. I like variety. And Galaxy Sparkles is going to provide variety. Everything from wax carving, casting, molds, metalwork. Once we do get all the proper tools in for wax so that I'm completely set up on wax, we'll begin transitioning to metal. And although I do believe in quality equipment, I think as a beginner, with all the reviews that I've watched on their casting machines, on their kilns, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just roll with Weaver. Just spend the money on Weaver and that's what I'll have. But I do plan on getting the rolling mill. I'm in the process of searching for benches. I need a nice workbench for the garage to handle all the equipment needed. So I'm looking for an 8 to 10 foot workbench as we speak, and I'm looking for a 6 foot workbench, whichever one happens to come first. Howdy. And then I'm going to begin ordering a rolling mill. I'm going to use the Weaver rolling mill. I've seen some reviews on it, and although it's not the greatest, it's definitely working for a lot of these guys that are using it, and women that are using it. And so for under $200 for a rolling mill where I can create my own plate, I'm definitely going to roll that style for now. Unless I find a nice one used on Marketplace, which I'm looking every day for nice equipment, nice used equipment on Marketplace. So as soon as I find the workbenches needed, I'll be able to go ahead and start transitioning to metal, as well as continuing practicing wax carving. We're going to have plenty of variety on this channel. It's going to take some time to get my craftsmanship quality up, and I'm in no rush. I have nothing but time on my hands. There's going to be plenty of variety in the future. It just takes time to get things started, all the right equipment in, all the right tools in, the right products. It's going to take a lot of time to get craftsmanship quality up, techniques, a lot of studying, a lot of schooling, a lot of practice. But I have a lot of time on my hands, and this is very therapeutic for me. I enjoy it. So tune in next week, see what I'm able to create. I'm sure week after week, my craftsmanship quality will come to a higher standard week after week. And before too long, we'll be into the metal. Hopefully by the beginning of the year, I'll begin making bezels and metal rings, all the cool stuff, pendants. Which will still be a learning process in the making, but I'm sure I have the soldering part of it down. But still, there will be plenty of learning needed in that area. I just know. So tune in and watch this journey. No need in me doing it alone. You might as well come along for the ride and watch a true beginner of going from a master of a trade, 28 years worth, business owner. I was a 28-year veteran of plumbing, a 13-year business owner, and now I'm starting a complete new craft, from manhandling and being manly and strength and force to delicate, slow, and steady. Complete opposite spectrums of trade. Complete opposite trades. Delicacy versus what I came from. It's definitely going to be a learning process, and I'd like for y'all to join and watch my journey, and let's take this journey together. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. If there's anything that you see that I'm doing wrong or able to do differently to make it easier or better, for sure leave it in the comments. For sure. I would highly appreciate it, because I need all the help I can get at this point. And I'm thankful for y'all's time. Thank you for coming in, watching this video. I plan on doing off the bench Sundays every Sunday. So thank you for your time today. And like always, I'm throwing you a big energy ball full of love, full of joy, and full of connectiveness coming at you.